Look, we have the doctor on the line right now, but apparently we have a little complication right here. I don't know why we have one. Can you hear me? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take another break, and I'll be right back. We'll figure this all out.
Hi, Valerie Powell here, and...
Checking it out from a little... well, the angle was a little different from the angle you were checking it out from. So because he was checking it out from the angle of... well, that was his baby, because he made it. And he said, wow, I knew it was funky, but I didn't know it was that funky. His name is Dr. Funkenstein. 92.3 FM WMXD. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Funkenstein.
Yo, what's up, Joe?
What's going on, Doctor?
Hey, still making that point. I hear you peeing on him out there.
Look here, man. You know, you have to play this funk because you just got back from overseas. What's happening?
We just got back from, whirlwind tour, taking the funk across the water. The mothership is getting ready to pull out again towards the end of the year. The making of the movie, The Mothership Connections, is beginning to come in progress. And, yeah, it's good to hear you, man.
Look here, this is Dr. Funkenstein, live on the radio right now.
Yo, E to the yacht, go off the jock and I'm back on this evening. My record machine's in rhythm and rhyme. What's that? Hey, man, you coming over to the studio and get some of that fresh funk?
Well, look here, what I want to do, I want to come over there and bring my tape and do a special interview with Dr. Funkenstein, George Clinton, at the studio, and I'm going to call this interview The Making of the Funk. Well, look, let me ask you this. I understand that a lot of people have been saying for quite some time that they should re-release all of the old Parliament Funkadelic stuff, and they should just put everything on a CD because it's so hard to get. People can't get it. You've been working hard to get that done.
Well, most of it has been re-released on CD already. I'm getting ready to release myself, One Nation, and Knee Deep, Hardcore Jollies, and Electric Spanking. And then, of course, Paulette and Bride, Bootsy. All of it is coming out very soon. All the Parliament stuff is out again. All the Funkadelic old things are out. So, yes, it's all coming out again.
Dr. Funkenstein, how do you feel when you turn on the radio? Almost every rap record that you hear, they have to have a copy of the funk under the background just to make it funky. When you
man, I told you the funk will stand a 3, but I lied, man. It'll stand 100. Because, they putting a 90 on it. It's still working, ain't it?
Still working.
Samples, hey, they can sample. I love it when they sample the funk. But I want to tell everybody, I got a bag for it. I got more than a nickel sack here.
This is Dr. Funkenstein live on the radio. Look, you change dance music when you go to bed at night and you get up in the morning and you start thinking to yourself, wow, people are dancing differently because of this P that I put on this funk. How does that make you feel?
Hey, man,
can you still eat breakfast and knowing all that?
What is a booty and how will I know if I'm shaking it? What is the funk and how will I know if I'm faking it? Hey, man, I love dance music, so, hey, if I can change it to do a new thing, hey, that's all a part of it. What's happening?
Look, George, when you look back over your long career, what is the most brilliant, the pinnacle, the shining moment that made everything worthwhile?
The landing of the mothership. You wrote on the mothership. The landing of the mothership is, I heard somebody say it was like one of the single greatest moments in rock and roll history. You know what I mean? And I can go for that without even stroking myself. I can believe that. The mothership landing is that, dream come together. Everybody gets off when the mothership lands.
Dr. Funkenstein, George Clinton, Mr. Parliament Funkadelic, the Doctor.
Word.
Look here, Doctor. When you walk out on stage, it's like you walk out there and there's a chant that's going on in the background the moment that you walk out. When you first realize that you've been seen on stage and they see you and you see them, what is that moment like?
I don't think you want me to say it on the radio, but it's comparable to, how would you say, procreation. It's you know what I'm saying? It's like making a baby, man.
Well, look here.
Yo.
Look here. Let me ask you something. When you first came, you used to be a barber. I mean, very few people know that.
Oh, yeah, I still got to do, too.
Well, look, when you first got the idea to put a band together, and you said, well, I mean, were you tired of doing hair? What brought on this moment? Because the world is happy that you switched, and you can still do a do, but you can still get it done on stage.
Oh, yeah, no, I still get my license, brother. I mean, if anybody need to do it, I got music for the head. You know what I'm saying? Well, I do your do.
Well, look, let me ask you. When you said, like, I got to put a band together, I mean, how did you go from here to there?
Oh, you mean put a band together?
Yeah.
Hey, the band was already together. We just had to find something to do. We were all, the Parliament Funkadelic, we were always hanging together. We just didn't know what it was going to take to, to cop the young ladies. So we said, oh, singing on the corner, that's what it is? That's what it's about? And we were always together. So when when it came time to go make records, I came on out here to Detroit and got on the Motown thing and got me a writing job and say, yo, fellas, come on out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go pee on them.
Well, look, when you put this whole piece together on stage.
Hey, the mother should have stayed out a little louder.
Okay, when you put this whole piece together on stage, with the diapers and the sheets and you were walking out there like, I mean, what led you to that? Because there was a time you used to walk out in a suit.
Well, I tell you, what really happened there, I mean, we was late. We was cool, you know what I'm saying? We was cool. We came from the barbershop. We made everybody else cool. So we knew what cool was like, We knew what kind of suits, tailor-made, not those, store off the rack. We had tailor-made. But when we got out here to Detroit, and I tell you the truth, when we saw the Temptations, it was about, okay, I can take a hint. They got that one uptight. Wasn't nobody going to outdo them with that, and the Four Tops too, with that clean thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we say, hey, we just got to come with another thing. And I tell you what, I saw the white groups doing the blues and was getting over. I said, well, it's not going to happen with funk and rock and, R&B. So we just threw our suits away, got us some sheets and some diapers and said, we're going to funk from now on. And I dare anybody get on stage and funk, without us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did that purposely. So 10, 15 years from then, we'd have something that we could call our own, which is what's happening now.
And it's happening in a big way.
Oh, yeah, we got everybody pregnant with the funk back then in the 60s. Now the clones are being born.
That's a classic line on this interview. As you know, that's going to be a quote if this interview ever appears in print. The impregnation and the clones.
Oh, yeah, brother. I mean, Shock G was in town not too long ago. We did some stuff on my album. And the name of that new album is Sons of the P. And I'm going to tell you, they got the P. They got it on them, too.
On the next album?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's about the clones are all out here. So, I mean, all the samples, it's not just a sample. They are part of the funk. All the rappers that, like we said about Funkadelic back in the 60s, Funkadelic is a people band. Everybody's a Funkadelic. The audience is Funkadelic. That's why all these chants and everything. So it's not, it's not strange that all the groups that sampling and stuff is out here now because that's part of what's happening.
When you hear all of these samples, sampling your own material, even, excuse me, even down to the point of using your entire track to make an album and to make money, and with records that are selling in the millions, how does that affect you?
Hey, man, any way, by any means necessary. The funk will prevail. So when they sampled, that was part of the calling. I mean, that wasn't something that just happened. That was supposed to happen. So, I mean, who am I? I'm glad it happened myself. You know what I'm saying? It keeps the funk alive. It's not nostalgia. It's what's going on today. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear a sample of the funk, or even like you say, the whole record, you know, hey, I'm happy. First of all, I'm getting paid. I'm gonna get paid. Second of all, it keeps the funk alive. You know what I'm saying? And when I hear Texas like a few minutes ago, I had to get on the mothership and say, well, let me beam in on Mojo, because you know what time it is.
You know it. Let me ask you this. Has there ever been a time when the funk was sampled and you didn't get paid?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, that's part of it, too. I mean, you know, all of that is part of it. Some people don't make no money. Some of them don't even know the procedures to do it. But when a record happens and, you know, they start making money, I mean, we're not up to nobody, you know, because most of the brothers that's doing it, that's the only way they can do it anyways. You know, it's a cheap way to get it done. So if they ain't making no money, well, I ain't, you know, I don't bother about that. If they get a hit record, then they can call me. You know, what the heck, it's just playing the song.
Well, what is the procedure if you want to reduce?
Same as it is like with publishing, like the writers, when you record a cover, a version of somebody else's song, you just call the publishing or the record company that put the record out, tell them that you want to sample it or that you have sampled it. They give you the proper papers and you just fill them out. It's best to do it before you put the record out. You can get a cheaper rate for it, because if you put somebody's record out and wait till it's a hit, then they might stick you up.
Yeah. No. That's I think that's what happened with Mays and Rob Bass. I think Joe and Payne was already galloping across the charts.
Well, the same way with Me, Myself, and I. You know, that was already out and hitting. Just so happened we knew the fellas, and, you know, hey, like I said, hey, we cool with everybody's doing it, you know, but we worked it out without raping them. You know, but a couple of them, you know, got to be hits, and we had to call them up and say, hey, what you gonna do? But then as long as they respond real quick, it's cool. Well, look here, I'm sure that this interview is going worldwide right now. Oh, yeah, hey,
the
man,
procedures are going real.
This.
Yeah, they sample this interview.
Hey, I put
get it in right.
Sample some of disc, sample some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the parts that's necessary. It's called maximum isness. If being is what it's about, I is. As it is, so be it.
George, you have the reputation of being one of the smartest and a producer with a whole lot of savvy. The way that you basically had a hit at every record company. What was the philosophy behind that?
The more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody that's on stage wants to be everybody that works around the roadies, the lawyers, everybody wants to be part of the act. So our thing was record everybody and put somebody on every label. They can't shelf us all at one time.
There's a lot of chocolate cities.
So the more the merrier. Anybody got a record company want a record out, I got some funk for them.
George, as you know, some of the most loyal funketeers that ever existed on the planet Earth are right here in Metro Detroit.
Oh, I know. Believe me, that's why I'm here, brother.
Say something to all those funketeers out there. These brothers who call up every night and say, hey, man, you playing George?
Yo, hey, they know what's up. I see them on the street every day. They be blinking their headlights at night. I said, Mojo must be on. Because, you know, they tell me, hey, George, Mojo's keeping the funk alive, man. I say, hey, I can hear that. Because each growl is golden. I grow beholden to the bold but basic beat I've been sold on. Loads of lyrics sewn, attached to desk, to deck, mic, and patch through. I snatched 2,000 versions. I'm on a version excursion. Still I can spare a bit of time to do a rhyme without swearing. Give me the all-clear sign. I'm preparing, daring, rap and roll with soul compatibility to the laughter. At your rap senility, a line of rhyme snorted. My face is contorted. The loser says I'm lame, but he's self-supported. Yeah, it goes without saying. It's true. Anybody get funked up, it's going to be you. Because I got rhythm and you know what? Rhyme.
One nation under a groove.
Under a groove, brother.
Getting down for the George of it.
And the flag was still there.
And it's waving.
Yo, I see you in the studio this week, Mojo.
Hey, hang on the line.
So high, you can't get over it.
WMXD, Detroit, 92.3 FM. We just talked to Dr. Funkenstein, George Clinton. Coming up at midnight, it's the MFA. Coming up next, Lover's Lane on 92.3.
Buffer.
Lover's Lane is coming up next on 92.3 FM. It's the music that you should be.
And now, Bill and Ted's high school principal talks.
Welcome to Lover's Lane. It's that special place that we check out every night around 11:30. We went a little overtime tonight, but it was for a good cause. A special tribute to Dr. Funkenstein. We'll open Lover's Lane up this way. If there's someone that's very special to you, someone that's irreplaceable, someone that means a lot, and you just want them to know how much they really mean, and you don't recall ever having told them, be it your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your mother, your brother, your father, your sister, your cousin, your neighbor, your friend. It would be such a shame for them not to know how you feel. On Lover's Lane, we implore you to let them know. Not tomorrow. Now. Then they'll know. And I'll be loving you until we meet again. Till I see your face, till I shake your hand, till I say hello. How are you? It's good to see you. It's so good to see you. Take care of you. Here's a song I'd like to dedicate to all the lovers out there. Sometimes in your life, you'll have troubles. You'll have problems. Sometimes in your life, you'll have a little rain. Sometimes in your life, you have a lot of sunshine. Sometimes in your life, you have a lot of solutions. So keep everything in balance. And lean on each other when you're not strong. And be each other's best friend. For real. .3 FM. WMXD, The Mix. Ladies and gentlemen, the Midnight Funk Association will be called to order very shortly with yours truly, Electrifying Mojo, and my special guest, the master of the funk, Dr. Funkenstein.
Hi, this is Bob Allison with a little tip.